Hi there, today I'm going to talk about the consequences of climate change in our country, Portugal. As we all know, climate change affects not only humans but also animals, plants and the weather. For example, when the temperature rises, the icebergs melt and it raises the sea level, which can submerge a big part of Portugal, mainly the regions near to the coastline. And that's because we live in the Iberian Peninsula and we are surrounded by the ocean. Other of the factors that prove that the weather was changing is constantly having fires, especially in the summer. How the sun is extremely strong, many of forests are in fire because, as there is a lot of pollution including in this, shattered glass bottles, when the sun hits one of these pieces of glass, it creates heat that ends up by creating a fire in the forest. And that's not only the forests, it can be also just streets with plants and little parks where play a lot of children. In the autumn and winter rains a lot, you think that's normal, but a few years ago there were floods, mainly the places that are located in lower locations than others. Also, big waves started to appear and the water was everywhere, for example in the beach cafes and restaurants. The wind is stronger and I'm going to tell you how did I notice that. I went to Porto this summer with my friend and when we went to the beach it was really hot but the wind was extremely strong that we had to go to a park because it was impossible to stay there, especially when our bags were full of sand. Plants and animals suffer too. There are animals that can't support high temperatures and start to emigrate with the hope to find better places to live. Some sea animals are going to extinct because of the rising temperature in the oceans. Plants start to dry easily and need much more water to survive. And how I said before, as there are many fires, many plants die and we can end up by not having more oxygen to breathe. Now about human activities. For example, in Portugal there are many farmers and fishermen. For farmers, climate change is a really big deal and problem due to high temperatures and droughts. Plants can't survive and the population will start to don't have enough food, and this will create a huge panic and people will try to create an alternative. Olhão, the city where I live, is most known for being a city of fishermen, and with all these problems many species of fishes will start to extinct. There won't be any fish and many restaurants in the downtown of Olhão will just close. Places like Rias and Natural Park of Rio Formosa will not have any animals. Rias is a center that helps savage animals and Rio Formosa has a lot of animals of different species, like seahorses, chameleons and river flamingos. No one of us wants to lose all that we have right now and preserve nature because it's the reason we all are still here. So please, every time you think about doing something that can change our environment, think twice.